So I was unable to sleep a few nights ago, and it was 3 o'clock in the morning, and I just had this idea pop in my head. I was like, what are the two best movies in cinema history? The Fly, David Cronenberg's The Fly in particular, and Mr. Mom, starring Michael Keaton. Now, I assume everybody's seen The Fly. I mean, who's not seen The Fly? It's The Fly. But Mr. Mom with Michael Keaton, that's just as too a good film. And I was like, why haven't these two movies met before? So I figured I'd mash them up. I mean, I don't know the specifics exactly of how he became a mutant cockroach man slash single father. I mean, maybe he was bitten by a mutant cockroach, or maybe he got a bikini wax from a mutant cockroach. Anyway, he's a mutant cockroach now, and he's having to deal with the consequences, and he's got kids. So he's going to have to deal with them and take care of them. Me personally, I just think this is a fantastic character. I mean, I think that it could, I mean, if this was taken up for a show and or movie, I think a show would be a better format for it. If it was taken up for a show, I mean, I could just see this, just, I mean, whichever streaming service it went on, it would be flooded with subscribers for subscriptions. I mean, come on. And as far as movies go, I think this could be like the whale for Brandon Fraser. I mean, if we find like an actor that's, really talented, but just hasn't had any good roles in a while, couldn't seem to catch a break, and then if we could just, give him this role, something to sink his teeth into, something like this that's actually worthy of his time, then we could, I think they could totally make something. I think it could be, be a big deal. Like, it could totally be like a feel good movie of the summer. Well, me personally, I think it kind of has more like a holidays, kind of Christmas kind of vibe. Like, I could see going to see this for Christmas, you know. I mean, people see Gremlins for Christmas and or watch Gremlins for Christmas, and it's pretty cool. So, but I apologize for all the quick zoom ins and jump arounds and all that stuff. I'm doing this on my phone right now, so that's why it seems kind of odd and hard to look at. But it's getting the job done. But mainly, I just wanted to make this channel because I'm just a guy who likes drawing weird stuff in a weird world. And I was thinking, hey, maybe there's other weird guys in this weird world that likes watching a weird guy draw weird stuff. I mean, why not? I mean, I like watching weird people draw weird stuff. I would also like to see Cockroach Dad as an action figure. I mean, there could be like a whole play set, like a Cockroach Dad double wide, a Cockroach Dad truck, Cockroach Dad ATV and or four wheeler. And there's a lot of cool stuff that could be done there. But mainly with the coloring on this, like I just kept going back and forth. I have no idea when it comes to coloring artwork. It's just, I mean, there's some people out there that specialize in that, and they do like phenomenal work. But I'm not one of them. I just jump back and forth on which colors I should use. Mainly, normally I go for like really odd, kind of sickly colors. It's kind of more my style and feel and vibe I put off. Um, but overall, I liked how he came out. I mean, for something that was conceived at 3 o'clock in the morning, I think it's better than it should be in some rights, just to be honest. But on this section here, before we zoomed into the eyes, I was just looking at his like insect mandibles. And I just like love drawing teeth in places they shouldn't be. I mean, I feel like teeth is just something that, if they're where they're supposed to be, they're totally normal, totally fine, totally cool. But if you put them like in places they shouldn't be, like an armpit, then oh, it's terrifying. So I like teeth. It's one of those things that's, kind of like clowns. You see them in a circus, they're not scary, but like Stephen King does, you see them in a sewer and you're like, well, that's terrifying. Now I'm just trying to color in the mouth, make it a little bit darker. Here in a moment, I'll be coloring the teeth, and that's always another thing that I have some difficulties with. I can't ever decide if I want to about pearly whites or like tobacco stain. 9 times out of 10, I go for the tobacco stain. Just because I think that's more fun to look at than something with perfect teeth. Of course, you see this character Cockroach Dad, and he doesn't look like somebody who would have perfect teeth at all. I mean, he probably don't even have insurance or any type of dental care, to be honest. He's just worried about taking care of that baby. Okay, now I'm trying to color his antenna. Now we're coloring the baby. This baby's got a tan, apparently. Way tanner than the dad. Dad's got almost yellow skin. He must have jaundice. That's something we'll have to worry about at some point, but eh. I mean, I'm sure he'll be okay for a little while at least. So then halfway through this, I decided, I was like, wait, his stomach's not brown, but his little wings on the bottom are, so that doesn't make any sense. So I added like some loose skin where like the insect part had busted out. Now we're doing his Converses. They're orange because I thought that would look cool against the green. And now here at the green, I was thinking of kind of like a cool, gross, radioactive, like puddle of this like stuff that he secretes that he has to, that's just like he has to live with. It's just like a byproduct of his existence, and he has to, live his life around it. I'm not sure I like it, but it's there, and I'm gonna have to deal with it. I'd also intended to make his legs way hairier, but those insects, they got cool little gross hairy legs, and I was like, oh, that would be cool. And I mean, there's some hair on there, but I kind of didn't put near as much as I wanted. And as far as the background goes on this, I just put like this weird, like spicy mustard brown because I really hate drawing backgrounds. Most of the time, I'll find some stock image and slap behind them and call it done. But I mean, I think the color worked. I mean, it's not the best thing I've ever done, but it's far from the worst. So yeah, that's Cockroach Dad. I just thought it would be fun to get on here and try to make something cool. So there you go. Hopefully we'll have other cool characters in the future.